So we're going to create a hypothetical scenario. You and I are going to jam on this. You're going to come up with something. I'm going to come up with something. You're going to come up with something. And here's the hypothetical scenario. We got 30 days and we got to find 30 new clients. What do we do? Kick us off.
I would start by saying for those 30 new clients, who have you worked with in the past? So I'm going to ask you about your past clients because I know that referrals convert at a higher level than cold leads. So I'm going to start asking you about your past clients.
Okay, so you're going to get a list of past clients, people that you've worked with in the past that you're going to have some degree of know, like, and trust with. What would I be doing if I wanted 30 new clients and I've got 30 days to be able to do it? Is I would very much narrow down a specific niche, specific group of people that I knew that had a mission critical problem that I knew I could help with at that period of time. So I'd get hyper focused on who has a painful issue in their world right now that I could show up in support of, and I'd build a list of those.
I like building that list and being super intentional about who you're going after.
Okay.
For the next thing that I would do, I would make sure that I could articulate how I can help them at a very high level so they understand just how great their pain is.
Yeah. So I'd start to be able to build a value prop and a series of like materials in my head and in my repertoire that means that I could show up for those moments. So we've got a past client list, we've got a hyper-focus list. You're then working scripts and dialogues and language levels towards that list. And at this point in time, I'd be hoping that we've got somewhere like 300 people that are real names of real people that we can start conversations with. What I then look to probably do is create some form of Trojan horse event, some form of stepping stone before the island that I'm going to invite these people to, and find a way of me getting visibility and credibility at scale. So I'm not having one-on-one prospecting calls, I'm having one-to-many prospecting calls. So that could be a webinar, that could be a live event engagement, that could be a lunch and learn, that could be a group Zoom call. I'd be looking to be able to get that group of people into an event-based environment to try to win trust and plan the next step.
I like that. I'm going to add on to that, not only about that event, who has an audience that is my ideal audience, who will champion those events with me, or could that event be on their platform?
Yeah.
And they're bringing me in as a specialist.
So you do an OPA, you do other people's audiences, right?
Yes, OPA.
Yeah. And that you'd say, how do I go serve somebody else's people as opposed to trying to attract them to mine? So I think we've done 5 things and we've already got probably opportunity for more than 30 clients in 30 days, just from that same piece. I think I'd do one other thing is I'd be hyper-focused on who I could make direct, bold asks of with vulnerable confidence. And that could be as simple as like, hey, I've had some opening come up in capacity in my one-on-one schedule. It would be, I'd make bold, direct asks with people that I already had existing relationships with, and I'd probably do it via text message to basically say, I'm open for business. I'm not quite desperate, but I'm close. And, have time, have capacity, have energy, need money.
That could work too.
Yeah. And I'd just make myself available for hire, like real directly, so that people can say yes. And I'd be really easy to do business with. Like price points would be fair. There's no proposal process. There's no like sing for my supper moment. This is fastest route to cash.
Yeah. And that's something that I've learned from you the past 2 years is, are you easy to do business with, or are you the sales prevention team?
Right.
And what does easy to do business look like to your consumer?
Okay.
Then you might think they need X, Y, and Z, but if they just think they need X and it's a price point and they can get in there and it gives them what they need, you don't have to solve the world's problems in one transaction.
Okay. So we still need 30 clients in 30 days. We've got 6 things that we could be doing. What else could we be doing, Andrea? What else could be helping us give confidence to 30 clients in 30 days?
One thing that, because I've seen this in my own business, people buy multiple things from us, is what is something that my existing clients need that I don't know that they need, that I already provide, but they don't know that I provide.
Okay. So you'd be looking for upsells inside your existing client base.
Because that relationship's already there.
Yeah. Could be an easy next yes, right? Really straightforward. What would I be doing next is I'd be creating what I call phishing content online. Mm-hmm. So raise your hand style of content. And this could be almost missing person focused. Mm-hmm. So, I'm looking for 6 people that meet this criteria. If that could be you, raise your hand. I'm looking for 4 people that meet this criteria. If this is you, raise your hand. And I'm looking to try and attract from the people who might have been watching from a distance, like the lurkers that have been out in your social content. But it'd be quite direct. Is if this is you, here's an opportunity, raise your hand. But I'm not saying come to this page, click a form, buy now. I'm saying, tell me that you might be potentially possibly interested in something like this, like a really gray ask that people are inviting them into prospects. And my content would be very, very focused on tell me you might want to do business with me so I can get warm prospects.
I like that. Because you're not going for the hard sale.
Nope.
Maybe possibly thinking about it, should, could. So I like that. I am a big proponent of referrals.
Okay.
So I might call some of my clients, say, hey, I'm starting this in the next 30 days. Who do you know who needs this?
Okay.
And most of my business is referrals, and it's incoming.
So you'd activate your network of ambassadors, people that know you.
I usually I'm just going to call my friends.
Okay.
I'm just going to call my friends, see what's going on. And literally every single time I call a friend or a relationship who's a client or past client, and when they ask me what's going on, and they're like, oh, well, maybe we want that, or I know someone who wants that, or, oh, we're bringing on a new person to the team. I'd like them to go into that program. So it's just, I call it calling my friends.
And I think what we've identified here is, right, like if we did one of these things a day for the 8 days, the first 8 of the 30 days would probably create enough noise that then is going to need the next 22 days to tidy up.
Yep.
Right? It isn't day 1 client, day 2 client, day 3 client. It's
pipeline.
Build a big, busy pipeline. And what I love about these 8 ideas that we've come up with, some are phishing and marketing, some are activating networks, some are direct outreach towards people who could be ready to do business. Some are you looking to be able to say, well, can I focus on an industry or a niche? And as I try and summarize all of this with what we've managed to come up with together, is there's so much more that people are in control of when it comes to their business development than they think about. They have a spray and pray approach, or they have a pick me approach, where what they can do is choose themselves and then choose their game plan. And before long, getting 30 out of 3,000 opportunities feels like it's effortless. But too many people will try to get 27 yeses out of 19 opportunities.
It's a long-term game.
And wonder why they keep failing on it.